That's this channel. And remember, we reflect together on tales that touch the heart. We reflect together on matters of life, your joy, your happiness. And we also give godly counsel. So in this section, we'll just take a general look about things that pertain to you, especially. Are you married? Are you engaged? Are you in courtship? Are you in practice marriage? And then what is the status now? Are you very happy, extremely happy, or just coping? So let's start with a look again at the marriage concept. There are different schools of thought now because of what is prevailing in our society and community. Because of different levels of joy, different levels of happiness in the observed relationships that we have around us. Some are doing everything they can to get married as soon as they can. Some are taking their time, and some are just playing the waiting game. But this session is to encourage you, to motivate you, and to also feel your pulse about the concept and institution of marriage. Marriage is an institution which will be with us until the end of time, whichever way we manage it. Marriage is ideally for adults, mature adults, who actually care well about one another, who have set goals and objectives for themselves to establish a home where peace, joy, and happiness reign, where they do whatever they can to put their resources together to raise a better generation than the one they enjoyed, than the one they are in, who agree to work together to set up a home where love and joy are nurtured and where growth and development is the key. What's your own concept? What's your own view? What have you observed so far? According to the little I've gathered along the path of life, in my little time I've spent here and in my little studies, I've come to know and understand that apart from the joy of knowing God, of having a good relationship with Almighty God, the maker of heaven and earth, the next best thing that can happen to any human being is to be happily and joyfully married. When you're able to connect with your soulmate, with that person that cares for you so much, that cherishes you so much, and two of you now got married and now live together, is heaven on earth. Is heaven on earth. When you have love to give and someone to share that love, relationship is reciprocal. Wow, wow, wow. That's what they call in Yoruba korikosun. That is, if you don't see this, your partner, sleep will be far from your eyes. If he or she has not come back from work, no matter the nature of the work, if you have not heard that special voice, that tone, that chuckle, you will not feel at ease. And that is why at this point I'd like to share the story of one of our celebrities in Nigeria. No, I keep making reference to it because it's a challenging point for every youth all over the world, especially in Nigeria. She's a celebrity who has seen a little of the world, and she has experienced some things in this thing called relationship. So she got married to another celebrity, and somewhere along the line, the union did not work, so they had to separate. So she happened to be on set, with another celebrity who is happily married. So while that other one was calling the wife, and you know, when two lovebirds start to chat on the phone, it's better you just take your eyes away, because you know somebody is talking on phone and the person will be laughing and talking as if the person you are discussing is right before you. You know, you can imagine that mesmerizing sight. So what's wrong with this guy? Kí ló ń ṣe boy, like you say in Yoruba. What's wrong with this guy? Because he's so happy, so he's talking to the love of his life, the joy of his life, his heartthrob, his twin love. So she observed that this guy, within 10 minutes, called the heartthrob, the wife, about 10 times. She wondered, what do they find to talk about? Why are these things? So love can be sweet like this, so marriage can be sweet like this. She said, if she knew it can be sweet like this, she could have done everything to retain that first one. But I don't know what caused the breakup. But I don't know the status now. But I will still try and find out what happened really. Is it something that is redeemable? Something that you can resolve? So marriage is very sweet. Marriage is very good. So I will pose some questions which I would like you to respond to. Please subscribe to my channel, Isinuga Reflections, and give thumbs up. That's an encouragement to let us know that what we're doing is to encourage you, to motivate you, to let you know that there's more to this life. There's great joy, great happiness in this. This world is so colorful. On telly many years back, they used to do one American soap opera. I can see your true colors shining through. I can see true colors. Yes, life is very colorful. That's why everywhere you go, wherever we have a plant, we have a place where plants can grow. See that the plants are always colorful. Especially in the temperate regions, we have the spring and autumn. You see those flowers and leaves even just bringing out awesome colors. And when you look at the sky at times in some places of the world, you see different colors called aurora and all those things coming up. Life is beautiful. So as it is with non-living things, so it is with us human beings. So pray and God will help you to find that love of your heart, that joy of your heart, that person that will make your heart to always be on class 7 and cloud 8 and cloud 9, never on the ground level. That is it. So the first question I will ask is, how can you identify your soulmate? What are the things you see that be able to identify that this is my soulmate, this is the joy of my joy, the bone of my bone, like they used to say in churches? This is a person that is designed for me to perfect my journey in this life. The second question, who is the person that I should really marry? Jacob. Is it Jacob? You're welcome. Thank you for reflecting. Where are you reflecting? Where are you connecting from, please? I'm reflecting from Nigeria. So the third question is, what are the signs, the things that I will see that I'll be able to identify this is my real soulmate? Then, what are the 4 habits that real soulmates should be exhibiting in their relationship? Then, what are the skills that we need to have and practice to nurture our relationship to be sweeter and sweeter as the days go by? But I will still give us some hints before we round off this session together. So once again, the question is posed to you. What's your concept of love? Some are and happiness and marriage and healthy relationship. Some believe that marriage is is becoming obsolete. Some believe that marriage is the best thing that can happen to man, and some believe that marriage should be a 50-50 chance, should be trial and error. Let's see. That's how some people do what's called trial marriage, call living lovers, and they say let's just test whether we can be compatible, and that's how they will live for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. They are still testing one another, and after about 4 or 5 years, after 2 or 3 children, they now say they are separating. They find themselves not compatible. Now they have put some challenges on those children, and it's been proven by research results that some of those children from such homes, in quote, end up with serious mental health challenges. That is why these sessions and this kind of reflection is very pertinent, so that we don't do things that may cause pain for innocent souls when tomorrow comes. So, what are the steps we are to follow in this? The first, it is a suggestion, and I'm open to your suggestion and also waiting to hear from you. Mirella Nani, you're welcome. Thank you for reflecting with me. So please share your opinion and your own thought pattern on this. And it's also crossed my mind to share a case study with you that I did over the social media about something like trial marriage I call a game, which happened to be one way. So marriage is very good. So whatever you might have seen or experienced, just take it from me. Then we can discuss better. You share your point, I share my own opinion also with you. Okay. So, but if you're in a relationship now, whether you married or you're engaged, you're planning to marry, I just have some 3 or 4 suggestions for you to try to pep up and maintain the joy and happiness and your bonding together. The first thing is always try to show gratitude to your partner. Nobody is absolute, whether good or bad. All of us have a good measure of goodness in us. So whichever, always try to show gratitude to your partner. Appreciate the little he or she is able to do for you moment by moment on daily basis. Always also engage in discussions that will add values to your lives. You talk about planning for tomorrow. What kind of home are you looking at? What kind of children are you like? What kind of what the job you're doing now? How can it be better? What are your visions? What are your goals for life? How can I help you in your journey to actualize that goal? Those mental exercises, suggestions. When you work on that, that means, because by the time you get married, you are supposed to help me in my job. I'm supposed to help you in your job. We are not supposed to be hindrances to one another. We're supposed to build each other up. So why not start on that before you get married? And also, you have to study each other's emotional gauge. What's his temperament? What's your own temperament? How do you manage these temperaments? What's your level of emotional intelligence? Do you understand the things that make you happy? Do you think that make you sad? Do you understand the things that will try to trigger your anger or turn your emotions upside down or bring negative vibrations to your sensibilities? And the same thing for your partner. That's the level of emotional intelligence. Work on that. And if possible, what you can call trigger journal. What thing that trigger negativity, trigger positivities. So you have to study that. Okay. So you also incorporate daily physical activities that you do together. That okay, maybe you go for a walk together, you go for jogging together, all those things. Because by the time you get married, what are some of the things you engage in? Your recreational activities. Okay. Now you also schedule social time together. Maybe you go and visit family, friends, go to watch film, go for, if you are Christian, go for fellowships together, go for prayer meetings, and so on. You also try to make sure you operate in, you work on your environment you operate in, to make sure the environment is conducive. And you also talk about what kind of environment do you like? What kind of environment do I like? So you work on both your internal and external environments. Okay? So some of these things will help to pep up your relationship. So skills that work for romantic relationship, and that is number one. First thing is you need good communication skills. You should be a good listener and an active listener. An active listener, an effective listener is when your partner, your spouse is talking. Please don't do things that distract you. Pay attention to what he or she has got to say. But if your partner is talking to you, say something very important, and you are busy working on your phone or your handset, that means what your partner is saying is taken not to be that important. Or your partner is trying to say something to you and you are busy talking on your phone, that means so you don't want to hear what I've got to say. Is that it? Then be able to express yourself. You have something in mind. Your partner is not clairvoyant, that means cannot read your mind. So you don't expect him to be assuming, to be guessing. Say, guess. How can I guess? I don't have that spiritual power. So you say what you have on mind. What are your expectations of me? I can only know what my experience of you. You can only know by me stating them. So that is one. Then, so that is, you can see it's two way. Ability to express yourself, ability to also be a good listener. Then you also need to be tolerant. You don't respond and react to everything your partner does. You need to be tolerant. Okay? And you avoid being judgmental and being overcritical or whatever your partner does. You don't do this one right, you don't do that one right, you're talking too much. Oh, this one. By the time you say, why is it that almost everything I say is just found not to be on point? So that means I don't know how to. So I don't know how to do anything. You can see that relationship cannot go far. And if such people get married, there will be problems, big problems tomorrow. So that is another factor that you need to take note of: being tolerant, not being judgmental. Then you should have a forgiving spirit and understanding spirit. He or she may do one or two things that you may not like. Then you should be able to bear, know that you are not perfect. Okay, suppose you sent me a message and I take it because I got busy at work and the schedule was so much and I have so many things I just had to deal with, or he or she had to deal with. And now forgot in the heat of the moment to respond until late after work. Just this one. So later you now say, what were you just after 2 or 3 or 4? You just responded to my. And I say no. So that one may reoccur depending on the nature of your spouse's work and also ability to multitask, or his ability to multitask. So that is where understanding also counts. Empathy counts. You should be empathetic. Okay? So this and many more you have to bring on board to enjoy your relationship. Either you married or you not married. Okay? Thank you so much for reflecting with me. Until we meet again, to also talk about issues. Okay, I said I wanted to share a tale that touched the heart. I've got some few minutes. Let me just quickly state that. I came across this story about this couple. This man came home to Nigeria and met this lady and proposed to her, making her to know he loves her, he cherishes her. So got a house in Nigeria. They were living together there. They had one child, second child, third child. After 10 years, the man used to go and come because his base is already a citizen in the, I don't want to mention the name of the country anyway. So he came home and said, well, it's time to relocate the family abroad. So he tried to process the visa, and he came and told the wife, sorry, the visa of the children came through, but there's some problem with yours. Please allow me to take the children there, and we'll perfect, when I get there, we'll perfect every challenge in your home so that I come back and pick you. So he took the 3 children abroad, and instead of calling the wife in Nigeria often again, he used to call her 2 times a day. And later, he just sent her a message that to thank her for her assistance and her love and care. The real thing is that he's married abroad. Incidentally, the wife abroad could not give birth to any child. So he came to Nigeria to get this woman over 10 years proposing to love and cherish her, to give birth to the 3 children. And he said, I think he had about 3 million, some millions in the account. He said he gave her the money. She should take the money to take care of her worries and her stresses and so on. And the house which she's living in, he also left the house for her. And the woman could not believe what she was reading in the note sent. So what a life. So you could see. So what could the woman do? That is why you see some people to say trusting and living this trial and error, just living by trust. No. If she had gone the old legal route, done the marriage, both traditional and the legal one with the courts, and have pictures to back it up, all she needs to go is to go to the embassy. They know how to work it out. But the man could not just say, it's like buying for services. She's not a surrogate. They didn't talk about being surrogate. She didn't work for surrogacy. So those are some of the things that we see in life. So that's why we have this channel to help, to prepare every one of us that nobody will fall for such a thing. The only God can help us, but we still have our own senses to apply to prevent some of the tales that touch the heart. Thank you once again for reflecting with me. If you have not subscribed, please like and share. God bless you.